One of the biggest airlines at Logan Airport was just hit with a huge fine for what the federal government calls chronic flight delays. As WBZ's Brandon Truitt explains tonight, you might be entitled to some of that money.
The feds are fining JetBlue over 4 routes, most of them out of New York. They say each was delayed nearly 150 times over the course of several months. And the DOT also alleges that the company scheduled those flight times that it knew it couldn't pull off.
We noticed that ours was delayed, and we're like, oh no, here we go.
The stress is all too familiar. As delays build, so does the anxiety of missing a connection or an event altogether.
Always delayed. It's not the travel that it used to be.
So if you're late by a couple hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, I mean, don't you sort of expect that with air travel?
On Friday, the Department of Transportation announcing they have penalized an airline for delays. It's a first for the agency. JetBlue will have to pay $2 million for so-called chronic delays. Half of that is set to go to impacted travelers. The DOT says JetBlue maintained unrealistic flight schedules on 4 routes. In a statement, JetBlue put the blame on the DOT and said, "We believe accountability for reliable air travel equally lies with the U.S. government, which operates our nation's air traffic control system."
And if you're on a flight that's 96% of the time late, I would call that chronically delayed. And the airlines know that, but they keep scheduling it. So that's not necessarily truth in advertising, is it?
CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg says airlines often oversaturate airports' departure capacity by scheduling too many flights for popular takeoff times. The DOT says they are auditing all airlines for these chronic delays.
Anytime you have bad behavior without financial consequences, the bad behavior continues. This is a wake-up call for all the airlines that the DOT is watching you.
It is still unclear exactly how passengers will get their compensation, but the DOT says moving forward, impacted passengers on these routes could expect a minimum of $75. In East Boston, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.